Any other sort of myths that you want to, get into? Because people have, I think the least understood is about skin health and the microbiome and how important the bacteria is, the overuse of these sanitizers, the overuse of all these antibacterial soaps. I mean, it's just killing our microbiome. I got a quick story. My son's a little bit older, but he used to play with the dogs, go outside, and then we used to insist that he washes his hands. Now with my daughter, I say she can go outside, she plays with the dog, and I say, don't wash your hands. I say, our dog's healthy. We know where we're at. You eat, and if you do, you're running out of water. You don't want to eat dirt. But what is your view there on firstly the microbiome and how important the bacteria is, and maybe you can bust a myth there?
Yeah, this is something really big that I've noticed over the 25 years that I've been practicing is this fear, this germ phobia, right? It started with antibiotics. Like antibiotics were for everything,
Yeah.
and then then we disrupted the gut microbiome, right? And then we learned, okay, let's be more mindful of antibiotics. Only use them when they're absolutely necessary,
Yeah.
when it's a bacterial infection. But that's what's happened also with skin products, these antibacterial soaps and cleansers. Like also, all the products we use to clean our homes are also impacting our skin microbiome. So we're killing off all of these bacteria and trying to kill everything off. And yet now we're seeing more leaky skin, we're seeing more sensitivities, we're seeing more eczema, we're seeing more allergies. So I think we've overdone it. And I do think we need to be more mindful. And another thing that people don't realize is that I think there's this myth that our skin needs to be not only washed all the time of the germs, but it needs to be squeaky clean.
Yes.
So like bars of soap that lather up and then people put them on their face and they have this feeling, oh, my skin feels free of all the oils and it feels squeaky clean. Well, now you've actually removed all of those oils that help support a healthy skin microbiome because our skin needs those oils to create the right bacteria that protect our skin. And so they're using all these bars of soap. It's one of the things that leads to leaky skin because you're stripping all of those natural oils, or they're using these extreme exfoliating practices. All these brushes and harsh exfoliants are going in and getting chemical peels all the time and
Mm,
all these things. And they're stripping that barrier function. And so I think we just need to calm down and let nature work its way a little bit. So
mm,
I love what you're doing with
yeah.
that change with your kids. It's
Yeah.
what we've learned over the years, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, I did a bit of research. So you've got a master's now in spiritual psychology. And I want to go into that because I think that's something maybe that my guests haven't heard. But I just think of biblical writings of greet one another with a holy kiss. And obviously, within those cultures, from a biblical perspective, is it wasn't a kiss to entice any sort of type of intimacy or sexual connotation. But just think about the microbiome and the sharing. You're in a church community, you're in a small community. Now you're giving each other a holy kiss. Do you think there's a microbiome related to a family, to within a local community? And the more diverse that microbiome is, and the more there's physical contact, physical touch, kissing, the better and stronger and more resilient that microbiome is.
100%. And the research is now unfolding about this, which is really exciting to see that our microbiome is impacted by the people and animals in our homes and around us. So we can change. It does. So other people in our homes, if they have imbalances in their microbiome, their skin microbiome, it can impact us. If we have others in the home that have healthy skin microbiome, that can impact us. And, if there are pets in the home and there are other things, that actually does contribute to helping support a healthy gut microbiome. I mean, it's gut and skin microbiome. So really the microbiome of the body. But if you think about it, our skin is on the outside. How can we not be interacting with all of those people around us? And if you're interacting with healthy, happy people, I mean, of course, that's going to make an impact.
Mm.
So in church communities or other communities where, you get that healthy, I'm sure that some of their skin microbiome is impacting yours.
So should we greet one another with a holy kiss?
Absolutely. I mean, if nothing else, it's going to boost oxytocin. And oxytocin is that hormone that helps us create connection.
Yeah, beautiful. Just a quick meme that I just want to ask you about is that my daughter's 9, she goes to school. The teacher says, listen, don't touch those people. They're coughing, they feel sick. You know, you're going to get sick if you're in the same room. And so we're trying to break this mindset, actually, that you're stronger. That a bit of hormetic stress, a little bit of stress, possibly from that pathological bacteria, can be helpful. So I say to people, I haven't been sick in 26 years. I'm strong. I welcome your bacteria, even if they're healthy or unhealthy, because it makes me stronger. So possibly your words are great. You've written books. What would the meme be? Because, younger people need like a little bit of a meme to remember with regards to how important all bacteria is to get stronger.
Yes, and I think that the earlier we start this, the better. Because when we get that diversity and we get more of that exposure, it does build up our immune system. And using less of the things that kill off all the bacteria, that kill off all the viruses, but actually getting our bodies exposed to some of that strengthens the immune system. And the earlier we start that, the better. Because what happens is if we're constantly suppressing the immune system, if we're constantly trying to avoid these different bacteria or viruses or things, that over time, that's going to make us less resilient.
Mm,
But when you get exposed to these things and you let your immune system do its work, you become more resilient. But unfortunately, what happens is some people don't get that early on, and then they're not resilient. They develop
mm,
autoimmune diseases,
yeah.
and then their immune system's not working the way that it's designed. And then those people, those are the people that sometimes need to be more careful
Yes.
as they're getting their immune system more balanced. So
Mm,
those are the types of people I often see as my patients. So I have to find that balance for them, and get their health back to a place where they are more resilient and they can get back out there and let their immune system do what it's designed to do.
mm.